I'm here with Nina. What a game.
What a game. I mean, two consecutive 3-0 games at the Bridge, two clean sheets in a row. I think it just speaks for itself. I mean, we said we're work in progress, but we're slowly and steadily starting to, make these small improvements, and it's just wonderful to see, because that's all we've asked for, really. It's all we've asked for, just to kind of step it up a little bit and just, fight to maintain that intensity that we've started. And today we started with our first 20 minutes were great. We had drive, we had intensity. I think looking at the starting lineup at the start, it was a little bit strange that he made those choices, because obviously it's a massive difference to our starting lineup on Wednesday. But fair play, I think Potter is the one man today that we got to praise, because with that starting lineup, he got it spot on. All the changes that he made, all the substitutions he made were made at the correct times, at the right times, and they are what produced the 3-0 result. So fantastic. I think three players that stood out for me today, especially Mount, Cucurella and Gallagher. I think those three specifically. I mean, Gallagher, look at him. He's now getting a start. He's becoming one of those players that we're going to be seeing more and more this season, and he's deserved it, because not only his goal against Palace, but he comes on, he runs about, he presses, he fights to get retrieve balls back, and that's what he did. He set the pace for that game as well, in my opinion, and I think all the players followed. So congrats to him, because he's one of our young players that are rising up right now, and I think it is fantastic to see from him. He got almost 90 minutes, which is fantastic from him, and from here I only see him kind of making that front 11 starting from here on. So great to see Mount as well, 2 assists. I mean, that's Mount coming back to the form that he's been last season before, so it's great to see from him. Clearly Potter is bringing out the best in him, because of course we said give Mount time, and clearly it's producing. Kai again, goal today. I think he put in a great shift. He was running about, he used his pace in an actually very kind of advanced way today, which was fantastic to see.
Just one thing on Kai, actually. I was chatting in the stands. He was almost isolated in the beginning of the game in the first half. Even when he got the goal, I felt like he was quite isolated. He wasn't our best player. In fact, I think he was one of the worst players on the pitch when he scored, which is kind of weird to say. But then Pulisic came up next to him in the second half, and then Pulisic got his goal as well. What did you think about the link up in the final third from those two? And obviously two players that have been under pressure to produce more goals and assists. What are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, no, I think because the midfield actually produced and created chances for our front three today, they actually managed to, and that's 3 goals by 3 strikers. I keep saying this, we haven't seen our strikers on the score sheet at times, but today I think it's especially important that it was those 3 strikers on the score sheet, because clearly now we are getting the ball up there and they're managing to finish those chances, and that's all it is. Because like you said, Kai wasn't our best player in that first half, but when he received the ball, he had a great header in. So that's what we want to see, just getting and finishing those chances regardless of what happens before that, because at the end of the day those goals get you the win, and that's what happened today. So really great link up from then. And I think Pulisic as well, because he hasn't been the best either for us, but I think I've got to praise him as well today, because I've been speaking some negativity around him. I admit that. I'm sorry, Pulisic, you proved me wrong today, and thank you for doing that, because clearly then you're showing Potter as well that you deserve to be started. So Potter's taking notes on that, I assume, for our upcoming fixtures. So no, really great. And with the substitutions as well, he got his spot on today. I mean, bringing on Cover as well, obviously he got his assistant Brozier as well. Can I just say, Brozier's goal, the composure he had to just kind of fling it past the goalkeeper and get it in the bottom right corner, that takes real confidence, and that is real good technique from him, and he's proven that he's a great forward as well. So it's just so refreshing, and I just feel so relieved that we actually managed to get that win in such a convincing way, and especially now with the top 4 kind of being so compact, with the points separating sort of 3rd to 7th place. I think it's especially important that we're getting these wins now, and clean sheets even better, that we're getting those, because that's where our confidence will come from as well. It's great to see that even without Thiago Silva we can still be strong strong defensively, and that's the beauty of it, that we're not relying on those individual players to, get us out those games. And with rotation like this, it means we're finally getting that depth in our squad, so I think it's actually brilliant to see.
Yeah, speaking of depth, the player who was almost on the out in the summer, linked with Barcelona, Azpilicueta, he's decided to stay, sign another contract. I thought he was great today. I thought he was really, really top. What did you think about him as an individual?
No, I think Dave put on a great performance today. I think, given his age and the fact that he hasn't been, first pick, and obviously our other defenders are getting some more playing time than him, I think Dave is, he's our proper Chelsea. He always starts with a real design, a real mission for a game, to keep a clean sheet. He fought those young defenders that are, quicker than him and, could outpace him, and I think he stood really strong in that game. So, great from Aspie. I think he's still got some things to show for us. So for the time being, he's staying with us, and I think he's a really, really precious player for us, regardless of, his age and his form. He's still, there it goes. He just proved it there.
Absolutely. And Kepa as well. Another game, another start, another clean sheet for him. As Mendy's getting back to full fitness, though, that's when we're really going to see more of a competition. Do you feel like Kepa deserves to, live out more games, or should this be a case of Potter rotating the two goalkeepers, seeing which one works best?
See, at the moment, I don't think he should be rotating the keeper that much, because your keeper's your one sort of source of continuity. You can't really experiment with that too much, and Kepa has shown in the last few games where he started that, obviously 2 clean sheets, great from him, and saves as well. He's a lot better with his feet than Mendy. It's not to say that Mendy isn't going to get his playing time, because of course he is a class keeper as well. We know that, no one's saying otherwise, but for the time being I think Potter will stick with Kepa, and I think I'm personally alright with that, because he is clearly coming through, and he is living up to what he needs to do. So yeah, for the time being, keep Kepa, and we'll see how it progresses in the season. But for now, yeah, great. I'm happy with Kepa in goal.
Absolutely. And just going on to Milan, what are your thoughts going into that game?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's great, the win that we had, but obviously playing away is always a lot more difficult, especially with the fans that they have at home. It's going to be tough, I think. I think we can still come out with a win, though. I think we can. AC Milan aren't top form. They didn't create much for themselves on Wednesday. I think that was an advantage for us as well. But again, don't want to underestimate them. I think they're still obviously going to fight to kind of, compete to come out of the group. So certainly don't want to underestimate the game. But with the pace that we're going in with right now, and the games are sort of building up, little improvements are being made, and I think we're slowly starting to kind of bring out the best in us to become the best version. So I think we're going to put up a fight, because from now, everyone's been bad mouthing us all season. We've got a lot to prove, and I think this is where things are going to turn around. I think this is a really pivotal moment, sort of in the year as a whole. Many competitions coming up, but before the World Cup starts again, we've got a certain bar that we need to maintain. So I think I'm feeling optimistic about the game away against AC Milan. It's going to be, of course, great to see, but again, I think Potter will kind of rotate again. He's still yet to experiment with a starting 11. I don't think it's going to kind of make it predictable and sort of play safe, because clearly he's showing that he's not afraid to make those changes, and that's great to see. I mean, we stand behind him, because clearly he's showing that he's going to slowly and steadily get us at a place where Chelsea deserves to be. So really, really great, happy, optimistic, and yeah, it's just fantastic. I'm just overwhelmed of how great Potter has started out with us, and yeah, so great.